everyone, welcome to Hints of C. I hope you all are well and finding a bit of peace in our world today. The shadow of the bully, the thief of peace. Have we ever stood in those crosshairs? Maybe it was the hushed hallways of elementary school, the frantic energy of high school, or even now within the walls of our own homes and workplaces. How did it settle in our souls, and what did we do to shift the tide? It makes me wonder, do we stand on public platforms advocating for kindness, yet retreat into the shadows of private alliances to practice the very things we claim to abhor? A bully is quite simply a thief of peace. They are anyone who intentionally uses physical, emotional, or financial weight to oppress another. For those of us who have been victims, the cost is heavy. It breeds a circle of anxiety that in the darkest hours can lead to the unthinkable. So when does a person first decide to become the storm? Often the seeds are sown in childhood. Proverbs 22:6 reminds us of the weight of early direction. If those traits aren't corrected, they harden. Beneath the marks, a bully is usually struggling with their own identity. If they were raised in the fires of abuse, bullying becomes the only language they know to express anger. As the years pass, unhealed traumas and the poison of envy drag them down a rabbit hole where the only relief they find is imposing terror on our lives. Understand this, bullies aren't born, they are crafted. Think of them like the child who, despite having their own treat, cannot rest until they have snatched the treat from our hands too. They have a type they like to target. Those who refuse to match the beat of their propaganda, those who carry themselves with self-love and mind their own businesses, and those whose success feels like a threat to their own fragile ego. A bully feels diminished by our light. Because they feel less than, they seek to steal what they haven't earned. But notice, they rarely stand alone. They find strength in the pack, recruiting a choir to amplify their power. They're like chickens establishing a pecking order, testing the waters to see if it takes a lone wolf or the whole pack to break us. Imagine for a moment the weight of the hand that strikes or the tongue that cuts. Now imagine that victim is our aging father, mother, brother, sister, child, or best friend. We must do more than simply say no to bullying. We must let that no echo in our very attitude toward every soul we encounter. As it says in Romans 12:21, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Let's keep our hearts guided, our minds clean, and our spirits kind. Remember, it's your life, your code. Bye!